BGFH here again, and we're on episode 5.3. Here we go. Hard to say which... Oh, God. Now, when I go back here, if I remember correctly, this is where the exit is, and there's guys galore. So, if I die here, don't be surprised. God! Come on. Is there any fruitcake coming from... Oh, yep. Guys coming from behind. See, that's... If you put yourself in a situation where you've got guys on both, or can come at you from more than one way, not good. So I think I'm going to save here and hope no guy pops me right away from behind. Alright, well, that could have gone worse. So I figured I'd, also just talk a little bit about my gaming background. I've been a gamer, I've been a gamer pretty much ever since I remember. Started out with like the Atari 2600 and Commodore 64. A friend of mine, I never had a Commodore, but friends of ours did, and that was pretty cool. But just seeing even the Atari, even with its really, really primitive graphics, I was just blown away that I wasn't just watching TV, and I could control what was happening on the TV. So, oh crap. So I really got into that. I remember my babysitter. Jesus! Sorry for getting interrupted, but there's guys everywhere. Holy crap! Go away, dog. Another blue guy and another dog. Holy crap! See, I just ran out of ammo. I was down to my knife for a minute. So, if I was using that chain gun, I would have been out of ammo a long time ago. Okay, 14 health. Oh, do I save or nah? Screw it, let's try it. What's the worst that'll happen? I'll die a horrible, horrible death. Sweet, there's medkits in there. But like I said, I remember being at my babysitter's house, and I knew they had an Atari 2600, and they never really hooked it up to their TV very often. They didn't just leave it hooked up. I don't really know why. But I remember I would go over there, and every time I'd be like, "Can you hook up the Atari? Can you hook up the Atari?" And they're like, "No!" It was very rare that they did. And then a little while later, we got ours, so it was cool. But yeah, so I grew up playing that, and then where I really got hooked on gaming is the NES, because I was... Here we go. The first time I saw an NES was there was one night after school where it was really stormy. Lived in North Dakota at the time, and it was just really crappy weather. We had a storm day, which I lived out in the country, so I ended up having to stay with a classmate because the buses weren't running out to the country. So I went over to his house, and he actually had a Nintendo. And the first game, believe it or not, that I played was not Super Mario World or Super Mario Brothers or Duck Hunt. It was actually Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And that's another game that I still love to this day. One of my all-time favorites on the NES. But, there was, like I said, I had played the Atari, and that was one of my, again, just landmark moments in gaming, just seeing, oh, the guys actually look like, real people now, cartoony things come to life. And I was just blown away. So we played that the night, pretty much off and on all night. And then... Okay, where did I come from? I probably should have been paying a little more attention, huh? But around that time we had just moved as well. And so a friend of mine was and his parents said they were drop me off at home after school the next day. And so I was like, okay, I'll show you my room and whatnot. I'll show you around the house. And I get halfway down the hallway to my bedroom, and my friend all of a sudden is just like, "Hey, Nintendo!" And I don't know how I walked right by it, but I turned around and looked, and here's this, big Nintendo box with, the Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, and just beelined right to the TV, and we just started playing immediately. And so, yeah, he really never got to see my room or the rest of the house that night. It was all Duck Hunt. And that was another thing that was really cool because, yeah, I get to control things on my TV, but then I actually have a gun, and I'm shooting at my TV. That was awesome. Just shooting the ducks. The only problem is you couldn't shoot that damn dog. Oh, the dog. Laughing at you all the time when you missed your shot. So, whoa, oh crap. This is gonna end badly. Whew, okay. Could have been worse. But so yeah, I got my Nintendo and I really started to play that. And that was really, growing up, that was really the last system that I really owned. They did buy me a Game Boy eventually, and so I did get a Game Boy and a couple of games, but I really never got the Super Nintendo, the Genesis, or anything like that because, as I said, I played that constantly, so, they were like, yeah, you play that enough and you're not really, you didn't do all your schoolwork all the time, so no, we're not buying you another system. So I kind of had to make do with playing those systems at a friend's house. I caught up on everything later, but it would have been cool to just be able to keep up more growing up. I think I'm nearing the end of the level here. If I go, I think I can open this door. Yes, so we'll end it here and I'll continue the story next level. And how did we do? Alright, awesome. Yeah, we can live with that. And we'll save and start the new one.